What is it experienced like to know thyself? When you recognize that there are things in this world such as fear, attachments, illusions, grief, lies, shame, guilt, anger, hate, well then to know thyself means that you recognize these things for what they are, and you recognize how these things are affecting you. But you also have a good amount of knowledge on how to overcome them and deal with them. And even if you know yourself very, very, very well, you might still deal with some of these things. But it will not shake you too much. It won't really bother you. Because you recognize it for what it is. You see, it's not such a big deal. You can remain calm about it and simply just deal with it. And having this mindset about it, and having this experience of these things, that you really can deal with them because you have done it so many times before, feels very empowering. It feels very freeing. Suddenly there is nothing that can shake you anymore. There is nothing that can completely steal your happiness or put you on a very unhappy path. You are free. You are empowered. You have clarity to deal with life. And the higher frequency you have, the more all of these things will fall away and they don't become a part of your life anymore. Of course, you will still have obstacles as you want to achieve certain things, but you are now so good at dealing with these obstacles that you get what you want so easy, and you achieve what you want to achieve so easy. To know thyself and to know the game is key for you to break free. The game, or this matrix, is infinite. It's that simple. So to get to know thyself is something you always can do to a higher degree. You can always know yourself more. You can always increase your empowerment, increase your freedom and clarity. But to reach 9/11 means that you have the, let's for now call it the very basics. To reach 9/11 means that you know who you are. It means that you know what the game is and the rules of the game. You might not need to know all the rules, but you know the fundamental. To reach 9/11 means that you know who you are. It means that you know what the game is, you recognize the game for what it is, and you recognize the most important rules of the game. What goes around comes around. And you will not get to 9/11 unless you have practiced what goes around comes around, till you actually resonate with a 9/11 frequency. And you really can't get there by being silly. If you want to reach 9/11, you have to be very aware of what you are doing in a day, what you are thinking about. You need enough awareness to recognize what you are thinking about and how you are thinking about it. And of course, why you are thinking about it. There will always be unbeneficial programming compared to a greater programming. And when you recognize that unbeneficial programming, you recognize what would be a better programming, well then you have gotten to know yourself better. Because the game is infinite. You can always do better choices or do different choices for better reasons, or let go of things for better reasons. By recognizing these reasons, well, you have gotten to know yourself better. It's kind of like if you eat salad because it's full of vitamin C, but by eating salad because it carries a natural high vibration, also along with the vitamin C, well, then you have kinda raised your frequency. And you have things like this within everything, within every experience. And by gaining more awareness of these things, gaining awareness of the choices you are making, gaining awareness of the choices you could have been making instead, well, then you are raising your frequency or getting to know yourself better. There are kinda 3 journeys. You have the first journey where you are completely asleep, and you really are. I mean, before you start to wake up, you don't know the world you're living in, you don't know who you are, you don't know the rules of the game, you don't know what you're doing or why you're doing it or what you could have been doing instead. So that's the first journey. Then the second journey is about starting to recognize the game and the rules and who you are and what you're actually doing. Maybe what you want to do even. And then you have the third journey. You have now reached 9/11, maybe even stayed there for a little while, gotten a good grasp of what the game is, what the rules are, who you are, what you are doing, what you want to do, how you're doing it, and it's just infinite from there on. You can always grow more, you can always learn stuff in a day. You can always recognize more of what you are doing and what you want to stop doing, what you want to do instead. You can always do better choices, always learn more. It's kind of like if you are a passenger in a car and you're blindfolded and you don't know who is driving and they don't even speak your language. And it's a bumpy ride. And yeah, you have no idea where you're at, you just know that you're driving fast. And as you really, really wish to know what is going on here, and you of course believe that you can get to know what is going on, the road gets less and less bumpy. You start to lose the blindfold. You can see where you are. You can see who is sitting next to you. And maybe you even learn his language. And after enough wishing and believing, well, suddenly you are driving. And you can drive wherever you want. And you can go out of the car and explore. And you are now in control. You later realize that it was the script driving the car in the beginning. You were safe all along, and now you know. Now you're free. Now you're driving the car. And you can go wherever you want. Do whatever you want.